Okay, so we're out here from the Miami SeaQuarium. There's about 200, 300 people out here today protesting the SeaQuarium and protesting the conditions of Lolita inside her small tank. There's about a lot of concerned public, a lot of organizations out here representing Lolita today and creating awareness for her. So we're glad for the huge turnout and getting a lot of honks and a lot of people's attention out here.
Peace, one love.
People have to be educated and go and look online, look on YouTube. She wasn't rescued. She was captured. She was brutally ripped away from her family in Puget Sound in 1970, and she was brought here, and for the last 44 years she's been doing tricks, and she's been in the smallest tank in the world where it's so shallow that she can't even dive as she would do naturally, and she's not going to get out of here until she dies. She's already made the owners here over $160 million all these years, and they still won't let her retire. She can retire. There are marine biologists who study her family who are still in the Puget Sound, and they have a plan for her. They have a retirement plan, and they're the people that know how to do it. They know exactly what she needs, and they're going to put her in a protected cove, and then they're going to watch as her family recognizes her, and she's going to be able to eat, and then she's going to be able to swim with her family, and she's going to be protected the whole time. She's not just going to be let loose. But look up on YouTube. There are some great videos. There's some great short videos. Dr. Ingrid Visser is a marine biologist. She specializes in wild orcas. She came here last year, and she does a short YouTube video, explains it. I think it's called Lolita the Captive, but just people need to just go on YouTube and you'll get some incredible information, not to mention the cove and blackfish. People are good people. They just don't realize, and they're being misled, and it's all for money, and it's really sad because they're teaching their children that to use animals for tricks is the right thing, and they really want to teach them compassion. I know they do, but they just don't realize it.
And why are you out here today?
The message is simple. It says it right here on the poster, Free Lolita. This animal was violently captured and stolen out of her natural habitat 44 years ago near Seattle. And there's no reason that she should be kept captive in the cement chlorinated prison any longer. Maybe we thought this was entertaining 50, 60 years ago. Maybe this was a good tourist attraction then, but we've come a long way. We know a lot more about these animals, their needs, their communication, and the fact that they stay together for life. Having this animal here is just torture, and she really needs to go back to her natural habitat off of Washington State.
And is the focus only Lolita?
No, the focus is on all of the animals that are captive here, and at all of these sea prisons, as a lot of people call them, all over the world. That's why so many people, thousands of people all over the country and all over the world, are doing these demonstrations today to bring, and hear what was important, all of the people honking their horns today. There's a lot of information now that's out. A lot of people have seen blackfish on CNN. A lot of people have read about these animals, and now we know that it's just plain wrong to take these animals out of their natural habitat, separate them from families violently, and force them to live in a little tiny tank like that and swim around in circles for decades and decades. It would be like you living in a phone booth for 45 years and never getting out. It's just wrong.
And do you hope the Miami SeaQuarium shuts down its doors?
Well, they could change it and make it a different kind of a tourist attraction that doesn't involve animal abuse. A lot of folks consider this animal abuse when you take an animal out of its natural habitat, force it to live in a little tiny watery cage like this and never get out. You know, this animal can, according to the experts, this animal can go back to her natural habitat, rebond with her family, and it would all be done by scientists and people who have done this very successfully many, many times in the past. The only reason they're keeping her here is because people keep going through the door and buying tickets, and we want people to know it's just plain wrong.
And how did everyone here find out about the movement and about the protest today? Was it social media? What played a big role in this?
Well, Chris has been doing these. You spoke to Chris earlier. Chris has been doing these demonstrations on a regular basis for years. We're doing this in conjunction with a lot of folks around the world today. It's Empty the Tanks Day. And yeah, social media was a big part of getting people out here, letting them know why they need to be out here, and let people know. And you can hear there's a lot of support. Just stand here for 5 minutes, listen to the horns honking, and you'll see a lot of people are very much in support and want this animal to go back to a natural habitat.
Because the solution here that we're attempting to do is, since the captivity of Lolita since 1970, we're looking at the possibility where World Wildlife Fund and PETA and Greenpeace combined are attempting to be able to purchase Lolita from the SeaQuarium. And if that's possible, then what we're going to do then is we're going to take Lolita, we're going to retire her to a bay pen off the coast of Washington State to be reunited with the L-Pod, which is her family members. Unfortunately, 2 of her siblings, one died during the transportation in 1970 to a facility, the other one died a few years later. Well, her mother is still believed to be alive, and there are other members of her pod that would be able to recognize her still. So what we're trying to do again is to be able to take Lolita, release her out into the wild, and if she's for some reason not capable of surviving on her own, she will be able to be transferred then to a bay pen off the coast of Washington State, where she'd be able to still have a natural setting of miles and miles upon miles to swim, and just depths of water to relax, and real fresh, real food.
Lolita, say 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 Lolita.
You guys are awesome. Thank you for each and every one of you to come out today. Lolita. Hope to see you guys again when we're out here. We're out here all the time.